I'm Kirill Salomon. I'm the president of Home Meal Replacement. Home Meal Replacement is a public listed company in Spain, Madrid, that runs 130 restaurants across Spain and France. And I will explain all of you a big opportunity, a nice usage of blockchain. But also I am the last one, I expect that there is still money in this room because this project needs a lot of money. And I will be very pleased of sharing with all of you my project and that you can participate of this new nice experience, new nice project that I am setting up. That is the new business that I am running, and this new business, first of all, I will explain you how I reached this new idea and new business. This idea came, we need to go back 20 years before now. We sold a business with my father that we have it, and was a business that maybe a lot of you here in UK, you have bought it, products that we have produced. We produce bleach and detergents for white label for the supermarkets all around Europe, also UK. And we sold this company to BP, to British Petroleum, and British Petroleum has done a buyout and has built a company that is listed, that is McBride, is in the FTSE exchange today. We sold this business with my father. Was a business with margins, very tight margins. We know how to produce with very tight margins. But when we sold this business, we don't know to play golf. We don't like to play golf. And then we said, what do we do now? And my father, that has a clear vision of businesses, and told me, we need to do something about food. In the future, the people will not cook anymore. We need to go there. And our experience in the retail industry, in the supermarkets industry, tell us that is a good place to be. And we set up a new business. That is the business today that I am running. That is Nostrum. Nostrum is a restaurant business, and you can see that today, this future has happened, because that is 3 months old, is a post in Instagram, the people saying, a woman saying, I am looking for an apartment without kitchen because I have Nostrum. I do not need the kitchen. That's real, it's posted real on the Instagram as in Barcelona. That is what is happening, this vision 20 years before. And we are running now this business. Nostrum is a business about restaurants, but it's a business with a lot of technology from the first day. It's a business that is thinking always, when it has been born 20 years ago, is thinking on the future, and to lead a revolution that is today in the food industry. It's not only blockchain that is a revolution, guys. Also the food is changing. The way the people is eating, and new habits in this industry is changing and evolving. Also, Nostrum is a franchise, has developed in a franchise industry. Is a franchise model, Nostrum. And we have learned a lot about retail and franchise during these last years. This business, Nostrum, is about technology. We say more bits and more bytes and less preservative and colorants. Okay, and is a business about that is data driven. In the future, we will see that we will go to the restaurant and there will be apps that will help us what we need to eat, what is convenient for us. All is that is data driven. Also, in Nostrum, for example, to take an idea of this technology that we are using, we set it up, we make it this, we presented in the last mobile congress in Barcelona this year, a system where you can buy, take what you want from the shelf, go to a table, and with artificial vision, you are billed, and you pay with your phone in your pocket, you are recognize it, and you make sum up, and it's billed in your phone. That is an application that is now will be applied in Nostrum. That is that you have an idea what is this restaurant industry about. It's not only restaurant, it's technology that we are applying in the quick service restaurant industry. All that and the knowledge about franchise and the knowledge also about finance, because we are a public listed company and we know how to deal with investors and how to be compliant with all the regulations. And we go to the franchise opportunity. This is the franchise opportunity. We see only in UK, 900 brands, 44,000 outlets, 15 billion of turnover, 46% of growth the last 10 years. This growth is continuing. It's a double-digit growth business that we are on it. And it's all around the world, it's worldwide. It's not only in UK, it's not only in America, it's worldwide. Sure that all of you this week, you have bought something in a franchise. Sure, I'm pretty sure. Nobody from here. All of us, we have bought something, we have had a relationship with a franchise business this week. It's about that we are setting up a new platform that is the crypto franchise system. This system will solve problems that has the franchise. The franchise is relationship between franchisor and franchisee, and these relationships always are difficult. The first thing that we will use is the ledger of the blockchain to notarize the relationships between two. And that will solve and make transparency between the franchisor and franchisee. It's a problem that solves very well the blockchain, and no other technologies can solve so easily than solve the blockchain. Also, and that is a very important part to share with you, because it's a disrupting system of the way of franchising. We say that the blockchain builds community, that a lot of ICOs is telling that building community because blockchain builds community. Okay, franchise business is about community. It's a community of franchisors that has confidence to a brand. The way that we are building this community is the following. That usually the brands, to have an outlet franchisee, you pay to the brand an entrance fee. You pay to them. For example, in the case of Nostrum, you pay 30,000 euros to have a restaurant. Instead of doing that, now you will go to the marketplace, you will buy 30,000 euros of tokens, and as franchisee, you will keep these tokens in your wallet during the life of your contract. What happens with that? That you have a community of franchisees that all have tokens in their wallets. Well, hold it during the life of contract. These tokens are not in the market. It's very clear what will happen with the tokens are on the market. We'll hike the price. But what is more important than that is that the guys that has the tokens in the pocket, if the brand is doing well and is opening a lot of outlets, what is happening is that the brand is sharing the value with the franchisees of this success. And that happens for first time in a so easy way of keeping tokens in the pocket. There is no other solution so easy to share the brand, to share the value, the brand with the franchisees. and that makes and solve the clear problem of the franchisees, that is the alignment between the brand and the franchisees. Usually, this industry, the big problem is the lack of alignment between franchisees and brand. And this solution of community building solutions this, the biggest problem that has the franchise industry in a very, very easy way. The loyalty part. We see a lot of loyalty ICOs, and okay, this one is not about loyalty, it's about franchise. The loyalty is one leg of that. And what happens? That we have the leg of franchise, but we have the leg of loyalty. And this leg is giving value to all the community, is building value to all the perimeter. We have, for example, in Nostrum, the franchise, we have 800,000 fans in our club. These fans, nowadays, buys with an app. What we will do from September, October, is buying with tokens. These guys, as an Oyster card here in London for the subway, they will pre-charge the card with tokens, and they will buy food with tokens, and they will have a special price if they buy with tokens. That is the part of loyalty. We can have different solutions for loyalty. This is the Nostrum solution for loyalty. There is other solutions, coupons, and other ways of doing loyalty. What is more important is that the token used for loyalty is a very powerful tool, because when you give a token to a person, you are giving a program, you are giving intelligence, and this intelligence is going in both sides and can produce very interesting experiences between the consumer and the franchisee. We'll have geomarketing in the token, but we have also gamification. That's a real case in Nostrum, that your telephone, when you are buying and you are paying, becomes a jackpot automatically if the jackpot promotion is on. Is triggered by the moment that you are paying, and your phone is a jackpot. And if you win something, you are paid in this moment in tokens, in the case that the tokens are alive. That will be built in a platform that is a layer over the blockchain. Is a business layer, also technological layer, but is agnostic about blockchains. Blockchain agnostic will be possible to plug different blockchains to this layer. Why that? Because we will give to the customer the possibility to have a blockchain that we will run, a platform that we will run, but if the customer has their own blockchain, his blockchain will be plugged to this hub. We are agnostic about the type of blockchains, and this is a business layer where the things happen. What we are building is this business layer over the blockchain. What can happen in this layer? You imagine that Nostrum is this brand. Nostrum is on the layer, has a central DEX where the token can be exchanged with the tokens of other brands. This is the crypto franchise, and another brand there. Nostrum, for example, MIL token will be an ICO about our token, but we can have another brand that has enough cash, but he wants to make the crypto franchise and wants the loyalty part, and joins this hub with no necessity of having an ICO. But both brands share the hub, and the brands can exchange the token in the DEX. Imagine that the consumer in the wallet has tokens from the A brand, from the B brand, from the C brand. These tokens you can use in every brand if the brands wants to share these tokens with the other brands. Let's say that brand A wants to share with brand C this token can be exchanged with these brands. But imagine that is happening here in UK, that Tesco, if you have points of Tesco, you use these points in the Eurotunnel, and it's worth 4 times, because it's paid by Eurotunnel, 4 times the points of Tesco to use the Eurotunnel. That can happen here. You can use the token of A brand to buy in B brand, and it's worth 4 times there in the B brand. We can have a brand that has no crypto franchise, but can have only loyalty pair, and can be also in the hub and in the crypto franchise system. Behind that is not only my vision and my new business, is a big team, There is a team of a public listed company, that is Home Mill, and where there is lawyers and there is people from technology, but also we have a big list of advisors coming bigger, more and more, with important advisors that are helping us to make a better project in this space. As I began, I told of you that I am sharing with all of you this new opportunity of business. Is a huge opportunity. Is more than 10% of the GDP, of the world GDP, that is behind franchise. It's enormous market. If we get a part of this market solving their problems, crypto franchise will be a big opportunity of investment. Also, Mill Token will be our test lab, will be our first customer, and will be used to test all these features. I am open to all your questions, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Questions for Crypto Franchise?
So my first question was, you started off with the Crypto Franchise, and then you talked about an ICO for Meal Token. So are you raising money for the ICO for Meal Token or the Crypto Franchise?
I am raising money for the both. I am raising money initially for Crypto Franchise. That will be the terms of, we are in private sale on that now. And the exact terms of all that will be on the market in 10 days. And also we are launching the Meal Token as part of test lab of this Crypto Franchise. That will be after the Crypto Franchise.
The one's utility token, the other's a security token?
No, we try to, Meal Token is clearly, we have the legal opinion from Estonia as utility, and we are trying to design correctly the Crypto Franchise to be an utility, because if the relation brands with Crypto Franchise will be a relation as a pass, will be a platform as service or a blockchain as service, and then they are paying for this service. Then we will try to keep in the utility if it's possible. But we need to see if our lawyers in Estonia agree with that.
What would if they're both utility tokens, what would be the functionality difference between Meal Token and Crypto Franchise?
Well, the Crypto Franchise token is a token that will be bought and used by the brands, not by the consumers, either by the franchisees. Is
B2B versus B2C.
Exactly.
Okay.
The Crypto Franchise is the token that founds the Crypto Franchise business, and the brands buy these to have this. The Meal Token is the first brand that is using this platform, and will use this token to found all this business and to develop their franchise.
So if you're going to be allowing other franchises to go in and create their own token, why don't you have Meal Token be created by Crypto Franchise as well?
All the brands has their own token.
Okay. And they have to do their own ICO, or they just use it through you?
They can do their own ICO, and we will supply them all the tools to do this ICO. The layer, the business layer, one of the part of the business layer will be the ICO for these brands. We are an ICO platform for brands in the retail business. Okay, for using this platform. But they will use this, let's say, the crypto franchise token to do all that.
So this would be similar to sort of what Bancor and Local Coin has, where they would then have sort of smaller ICOs underneath, or sub tokens underneath the main token.
In this case, yes, it's like this. But also they have then, we are supplying them all the platform, it's because that I am selling, that we are a platform as service, because all the platform that will need the retailers, we will supply them. If the retailer owns their blockchain platform, we will be agnostic and we will plug their blockchain to our layer.
Questions?
To be honest, I'm very confused.
Sorry.
Because I love the idea of crypto franchise. But what's Meal Token? Is Meal Token Nostrum?
Is Nostrum. Is the first brand. Is the first brand that will run this.
Okay. Because your website says that Meal Token is the world's first cryptocurrency for the franchise market.
Wow.
So really, you should just have so this is some advice. I think you should have a currency, to Michael's point, that is a franchise token.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about food. Franchising is
you can
everything.
go to the franchises, still the token not there. You can go crypto franchise slash, no slash.
Because you've got two businesses here.
Initially it was a Meal Token.
It's the Meal Token.
Yeah. Initially, but I think they developed the concept because
Is that right?
with you a couple of months ago.
Is that right? Is that right? You are right like this.
Meal Token, but now I see it's a franchise.
But it should be one or the other. This is actually two different businesses.
It's two different businesses.
Yeah.
What I'm presenting.
So are you looking for money for Meal Token?
for
Or are you
crypto
looking for
franchise
money for crypto
and
franchise?
for Meal Token, for the both. Meal Token
Okay.
is the second ICO that is coming after, and will be the first ICO
So Meal
of the
Token's the
retail
second.
business.
So Meal Token's the second ICO.
Exactly.
What's the first ICO?
Crypto franchise.
Okay. And what's the crypto franchise brand? Meal Token? Or is there not one yet?
No, crypto franchise. Frankie. Wow. The
And
name,
that's
the
not
name
in
of
here.
the token is not still there.
So it is two different ICOs.
Exactly.
Okay. So you probably need some different documentation and
Yeah.
Okay.
You got the mic? I just think it's worth sort of clarifying what's happened. The interest that the crypto franchise platform has created is basically going to offer a white label platform for the franchise industry. And the interest that the Meal Token has created, a number of lawyers and accountants have come to us and said, look, yeah, it's all very well having a restaurant business in France and Spain, but I'm not really interested in that. What I've got is a bunch of clients who are running franchise businesses. It's 10% of the world GDP. I want to basically use that platform. Can I use it? And the amount of interest that we've had has meant that we've actually now ended up saying we're going to have two tokens, because some people want to get involved in a very successful, and it's one of only a handful of publicly quoted companies, which I think in itself is very, very interesting in the sort of ICO market. But the crypto franchise has created, if I'm honest, much more interest for people to use it on a white label basis from the professional advisors. So that I think that's hence the bit of confusion that's arisen.
And also is, as he has said, 2 months ago was the opposite. We changed the order because we have had so many interest about crypto franchise that we need to be first on crypto franchise and then Meal Token. But Meal Token is the test lab of crypto franchise. Meal Token is the brand where we'll use the first all this technology, and always we will test there.
It might be interesting if you just do the crypto franchise ICO, because I'm hearing here that seems to have the higher interest and certainly the larger global play, and have Meal Token perhaps be a digital asset or a token underneath that rather than a separate ICO. Because as you know, ICOs are are not easy, and it's tough to do too. So, and also that way you'd be incentivizing the crypto franchise buyers because perhaps they are able to get, rewards or staking to be able to create each new token, not just Meal token, but the next 10 franchises you work with, they'll go and bring their cash flow and their customers and their crypto economics, token economics to be able to purchase more tokens. But they'll also then, the existing holders then will be rewarded by getting, sort of a higher demand for the tokens, and perhaps then the option to go and buy some of these new ones at a better deal than anybody else on the open market.
Totally agree, but the question is that today we are focused in the crypto franchise ICO. We changed that, as he said, but the Meal token ICO and the brands ICO generally must be done if we want that works. Why? Because when I explain it, that you go to the marketplace and you buy the tokens and you keep in your pocket, is because the brand, Meal token the case, has anticipated all this money in the ICO. Okay, then a brand to be on this platform needs to make the ICO because it's the way of anticipating all these franchise incomes. He anticipates that during the ICO, he founds his company, and because of that, then the franchisees gets this effect. Then the brand will need to make the ICO. Then what we will do, or what we are doing, is to do, because the interest before the crypto franchise ICO, and when this ICO will be finished, will follow the ICO of Meal token.
So
that is on the table.
It wouldn't be two
designed.
ICOs under this model, it would be 100 ICOs. It would be the first one, and then just rolling ICOs.
Exactly. That's right.
So can I just quickly ask, Meal token then is a raise for your business Nostrum?
Yeah.
And is that just based in, where is it based, Barcelona?
It's Barcelona.
So it's not a global ICO? So I couldn't order meals from Nostrum and have it delivered to my house in Bristol?
No, not yet.
Right.
Maybe in the future in Bristol.
So it's a local ICO, not a global ICO?
Exactly.
Whereas the crypto franchise would be global. I think that's why there's
the
more
crypto
interest.
franchise is the global ICO. The Meal token is a brand ICO. Any more questions?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I think we're ready for the cocktail party, and thank you everyone for sitting through 12 very different presentations.